Alright, now I'm going to be doing a review on the movie The Great American Snuff Film, and now this movie, I think, it came out in the early 2000s, so yeah, this movie, it's about, around the time of, an hour and a half long. I think it's, a bit less time than that, or something. Yeah, I'd say a bit less than an hour and a half long. And this is a movie that I just rented off Netflix, so yeah, and I heard that this movie is supposed to be super disturbing and depraved. Now, apparently this is based off a true story. I wasn't really aware of that, but this movie, so for legal reasons it says that the character names, the dates and locations were changed up to protect the identity of the actual people being tortured and raped and murdered. Now, this movie, it's about these two people. They capture these two women and they burn them with cigarettes, force them to dig their own graves, where they'll be buried after they're done being tortured and once they're killed off. And there are some parts where they just have them tied up and they just fuck with them and shit. And it's pretty disturbing, some of those scenes, but a lot of the other parts I thought were a bit of a waste of time. I wouldn't say this is really one of the most disturbing films I've ever seen, because to be honest, I didn't think a lot of this was really disturbing. But there is a scene at the end that they show actual footage that was found where he shoots someone in the head, one of his victims, and you just see them, they're on the floor with blood around their head, and apparently I guess that's supposed to be real. It looks real, but yeah. And they said in the trial that footage was shown where he was ended up in jail, and so it's supposed to take place. Here, I'll read off here. So, serial killer William Allen Groan, Mike Marsh, is convicted of 13 felony counts in 1998 and executed in 2001. Left behind are his journals and stuff. Yeah, his 1995 murder spree, a sadistic binge undertaken with his friend Roy, Ryan Hutman, after kidnapping and torturing two young women. And Grown makes a movie of their horrifying final moments. Writer and director Sean Indie Shocker is based on true events. So yeah, now I think this movie, I guess it's supposed to be R-rated, but I heard it's also might have received an NC-17 rating, and that I can kind of see why, because of the scenes where they were torturing them, but I didn't really think the parts with the cigarette ashes were too disturbing. Now if you want to watch sort of a fun time wasting kind of film, a movie that's kind of disturbing but not that disturbing, then I would recommend it. But if you can't really handle the Saw movies, then I probably wouldn't recommend it, because I thought this movie was a bit more depraved and twisted. But yeah, anyways, I'll get into some spoilers now. The two men, one of them ends up killing one of them, he starts to dig the grave, and then he shoots him, and then he's sort of the only one left. And yeah, so he sort of explains why, how his anger towards women, and how his mother, I guess, abandoned him, and he's really depraved and yeah, really mentally disturbed, and it sort of shows the mind of a serial killer pretty much. But anyways, my rating is a 1.5 out of 5 stars, a 3 out of 10 stars, pretty mediocre and bad film. But anyways, comment down below your opinions, and I guess that's it, so that's it, bye.